good morning and welcome to another exciting edition of the program Morning Delight. My name is John Ime. I welcome you warmly to another beautiful package. We have a whole lot lined up for you. Yes, we have all the usual segments, right from words of wisdom down to entertainment and sports. Without much further ado, let's kick off the program now with first on our lineup, which is words of wisdom. Let us see words of wisdom for today. Beautiful words of wisdom there. Moving on the program, we are going to take fit and fresh for today. Let's see fit and fresh.
Having a good sleep strengthens the immune system. During sleep, your body produces protective proteins and antibodies to fight infections. According to research, adequate sleep repairs tissues and promotes growth. Good sleep triggers the release of growth hormones, essential for muscle repair, bone building, and cell regeneration.
As an individual, there is a work time, there should also be a sleep time. Sleep time is the period that, the period of rejuvenation. It's a period where the body slows down in terms of metabolism and activity, and also renew both your physical, emotional, and psychological strengths. So it's a very essential component of our life cycle. And we all should have adequate sleep. And adequate sleep have definition depending on the age group. Okay, for people who are less than a year old, for instance, they should sleep at least minimum 14 to 16 hours a day. You know, children who are between the age of 1 to say 4 or 5 years should have at least 12 hours of good sleep. And then for adults, it's recommended that we have at least 6 to 7 hours of of good sleep in 24-hour cycle. So it's important for your health, it's important for your mental well-being, it's important for our physical strength and renewal of energy.
What are the safety measures for adequate sleep? Good sleep essentially reduces accidental risk, while sleeping deprivation impairs judgment and lots more.
Without adequate sleep, one will be stressed mentally, and that impact on your concentration and focus, and that can lead to depression, anxiety, and other form of mental health issues, including easy forgetfulness and sometimes in extreme cases when you actually deprive people of sleep for too long, it can actually result in psychosis. The brain begins to misfire. Cytokines and other chemicals that are released that coordinate the bodily activity becomes uncoordinated, and that can cause mental health breakdown, including depression, anxiety disorders, and even frank psychosis in some cases.
Taking all the facts into consideration, adequate sleep is essential for both old and young. It boosts and promotes healthy living. Do your body a lot of good by sleeping soundly today.
All right, we've come to my favorite part of the show, which is quick cuisine. We have a delicious menu for you today, which is pounded yam and egusi soup. My mouth is watering right now. So let's see quick cuisine for today.
And welcome to another interesting episode of the program Quick Cuisine of the Morning Delight program. I am Hope Ihazumi. Today we'll be making egusi soup and pounded yam. Here are the ingredients we'll be using to make the soup. We have our already boiled meats, then we have our palm oil, we have our chopped onions, we have our salt, we have our blended pepper and onions, we have our seasoning, then we have our egusi, already grounded egusi. And we're going to first of all pour in our palm oil into the pot. Then after that, we're going to mix the egusi. While that is stirring, we take in our onions. Pouring our egusi into the pot. You keep on stirring it till it gets dried. Once it's dried, the way it's looking will be different. While it's still frying, we're going to add in our dried fish. Then we'll continue stirring. So since it's dried, we can now add in our stock. Once I've added my stock, what I'll just do, I'll just cover it for it to boil together before stirring. So I have to leave it to boil for like 5 minutes. Then after that, I'll stir and add in my vegetables and my ingredients, the seasonings and the rest of them. And then we leave it for like 2 minutes so the vegetables can get steamed with everything, and then we remove. And this is the final results of our meal, egusi soup and pounded yam. I'll be having Iyobo Saturday testing, and where she give us a honest review of what this meal tastes like. So Iyobo sir, over to you please.
Okay, thank you for the order.
You're welcome.
Thank you very much. Very good. This meal is very sumptuous.
We have come to the end of today's episode of the program. See you next time. Bye.
Today we are going to be discussing interfaith harmony, and I'm going to start with you, Chief Imam. Let's look at interfaith harmony, and how can people of different faith work together to address social issues in our society?
Well, thank you so much for this opportunity. Before we go deep down, let us understand the primary purpose why God Almighty established religion. The primary purpose is to unite the human race into one brotherhood where we can live happily and peacefully together on this earth. How to worship God, how to know Him, and also religion is the final vehicle that has to convey us to our final destination, whether it's paradise or hell, depending on how we live on this earth. God did not impose religion on us. He gave us the free will. It's not that He was not having the power and authority. He has the power and authority. He gave us the free will and how we should live peacefully on this earth, how to worship Him. However, He also made a statement in the glorious Quran that we shouldn't abuse other people's ways of life. We shouldn't insult other people's ways of life. We shouldn't cast aspersion or speak negatively about other people's ways of life. And He is the one that created every one of us. Let us leave judgment for Him. If we are able to understand this background, it will be easier for us how we are going to communicate with our fellow human beings. If God Almighty, who created every one of us, everything that is going on this earth, did not compel us to belong to one particular religion, He gave us the free will, then who are we now to begin to cause problem, all in the name of religion, fighting, cleaning ourselves all in the name of religion? I think the issue is basically many of us don't even know what religion is all about. And even the content of our religion, we don't even know them. Talk less of knowing about other people's ways of life. If you know much about your religion, you know God, and you know about your religion, you know other people's ways of life, you don't need to begin to cause problem. You can live peacefully and harmoniously on this earth. For example, when I was growing up as a Muslim, I attended Anglican primary school. I attended Catholic secondary school, where we were taught basically about Christianity. You understand what I'm talking about? And so we knew much about Christianity. As a Muslim, I will not get up today now to begin to quarrel with my fellow Christian, whether it's my neighbor or anywhere. I will not do that because I understand that religion very well. So likewise too, it is also good that we should know each other's ways of life, our religion. For example, we are in school, we are being taught Christian religious knowledge. We should also try to be teaching Islam. Not that you want to convert people, we also learn how to also teach about other ways of life, even African traditional religion, the genesis and everything, so that when we know these things, we can live peacefully better in any environment. However, the most important thing is that it's respect. Respect for each other, because respect begets respect. Then secondly, when you are preaching your religion, don't impose it on other people. Don't tell people that your own is the best. There's one thing I love about this Jehovah's Witness people. When Jehovah's Witness comes to you, even though they know that you are not even a Christian, they will sit down, they will discuss with you. They will not condemn your religion. They will preach religion in a universal model to you. At the end of it all, they give you the pamphlet. Their pamphlet. It's not left for you to read and see what you will gain there. This is how we should, live peacefully amongst ourselves. Respect. Don't claim your own is better. Don't abuse other people's ways of life. Respect everyone. So maybe later we can go further again.
Now let's come to our pastor in the house. What's your take on it? How can different religious communities come together to tackle social issues? What's your take on it?
Well, first of all, we must understand what religion is all about. And there are shared values that every religion, 90% of religions, they have shared values. And what are these shared values? morality, peace, justice, honesty. And when these religious bodies come together to champion these shared values, to a very great extent, there will be harmony among people of different religion. For instance, what does God represent? God represents love. If you look at most religions, what do they do? What do they practice? They serve God. Is that not so? God Almighty. And from the Christian background, he said, God is love. And if you are my disciple, you should love one another. Love God and also love your neighbor as yourself. I've seen some instances where during Salah period, Muslims around, they come with food, they share food, and even during Christmas period, they also share food to Muslims. So when we see religion from that perspective, the perspective of enhancing moral values, which 90% of religion they embrace, you see that social vices will be reduced to the barest minimum. And secondly, we must understand that it's enshrined in our constitution that there's freedom of belief.
Yes.
If we understand as Nigerians or as a people that there's freedom of belief, we must respect each other's religion. What you believe is by your own conviction. What I believe is by my own conviction. So when we respect each other, there will not be need for friction or squabble between anyone. We will live harmoniously as brothers and sisters, serving God.
Okay. You talked about respect one another's religion. Now, how do we, people of different faith, I want you to tell us, how do we respect each other's religion?
First of all, we must have this mindset that even if we are respecting people's religion, that does not diminish our own belief as a people, right? We should respect others' religion. We should have this tolerance, religious tolerance about other people's religion, so that we will not give them that impression that, okay, my religion is more superior than your religion, or your religion is more superior than my religion. So it's a matter of conviction. I respect your belief, you respect my belief. I don't talk down on your own belief, and you don't talk down on my own belief. It narrows down to what I just said initially about tolerance and freedom of religion. So we should respect what you believe, respect what I believe. Let's live harmoniously. After all, we are serving God.
Yes.
Are you getting me?
Yes.
It is not a personal thing. You understand? So if you are serving God, I am serving God. I don't need to talk against your religion. You don't need to talk against my religion, because we are all serving one God. So I appreciate your religion. I appreciate my religion, and we live harmoniously.
All right, thank you, Pastor Daniel. Now, coming to you, Chief Imam, how can interfaith cooperation help address issues like poverty, injustice, and inequality? Yes.
Well, thank you so much. First of all, you talked about justice. Yes. Is it not? Justice. Yes. Okay, justice. Yes, when there is understanding, particularly those from the authority, there's understanding. The first thing you should know to know about the ways of life of each religion, their do's and don'ts, their rules and regulations, what they are supposed to do, what they are not supposed to do. When you understand this, you will know how to relate with each group. Then secondly, there shouldn't be double standard. These oppressive and suppressive tendencies. You know, if somebody desires, from another religion desires this, you also give it to them. Like for example, now you are in government, for example, of a country. You are appointing people into a position of authority. Everybody that is working there belongs to the same religion with you. That's no justice now. That's injustice. You like Nigeria now, we have 6 geopolitical zones. You pick people from each of the zones so that they can have sense of belonging. So we must try to balance these things up so that there can be less tension in our society. Likewise, in every community, in every position you find yourself, there should be an inclusive tendencies. Then bring everybody on board. Don't segregate, don't discriminate. There should be no tribalism, there should be no nepotism. Whoever qualifies to hold a position, whatever religion it belongs to, invite them, let them join you to move this country forward. But when you begin to isolate people, there's going to be problem, tension. Naturally, no religion is very dicey in our country. So we must try to find a way to balance it up so that one side will not feel neglected. Carry everybody along. If there are issues, you invite the people, the leaders, talk to them, explain to them. These are your policies. But when you begin to push them aside, they will complain. So there will be problem. So for us to have a better society, there must be justice, equity, fairness and equity. Look at a country like China, for example. Now they are making progress because there is justice there, there's equity there, there's fair play there. They don't practice democracy. Whatever they practice, they are making progress. So that's the way it should be for us. But if you look at our country today, we carry religion on our head. Everything, every time we are in the house of God, shouting up and down. But look at how there are certain things that are happening. You begin to wonder. We are very religious, but we are very ungodly.
All right, thank you, Chikima. Now, Pastor, let's go to our schools now. Okay. Institutions. How do you think we can promote interfaith understanding amongst students?
Okay.
In our higher institutions,
Yeah.
the schools.
Okay, that's a very good question. The school is a subset of the society, and it's a very good place to bring about people that are informed. But when you talk about school, you talk about education. And education is necessary for any society to advance. And now, in talking about how do you make students or schools promote interfaith harmony, good. We could create platforms of dialogue in schools where people of different faiths can come together and interact. Are you getting me? If I understand your religion and you understand my religion, I think there are certain things I will respect about your religion. I will know my boundaries, right? I'll know what and what not to do, right? And like the Chief Imam said, there should be a curriculum for religious studies. Despite the fact that I might be of a particular faith, it does not mean that I cannot also study the faith of another person. It gives me broader knowledge of other faiths, right? Like I said, it makes me appreciate and respect other faith, right? And I not have the impression my faith is more bigger than your faith, or your faith is more bigger than my faith. Are you getting me? So number one thing is create a forum in our institutions. Number two, for institutions for dialogue, for interaction. The number two, create a curriculum for religious studies that covers majorly all religions. Talking about Christianity, talking about Islam, even as far as the pagan religion. It doesn't mean that because I am having a study. Yes. It gives everyone a sense of belonging. Exactly. Right? So the fact I'm studying a particular religion does not make me that religion. Okay. But it gives me broader knowledge of the practice of that religion.
Daniel, just hold your thought on that.
Yes.
We're about going on break now.
Okay.
So when we come back, I will urge you to continue on your conversation.
Okay.
Let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
Do you live in Aduawa and environs, or you need a conducive and open field in Aduawa for your wedding receptions, birthday parties, annual ceremonies, family or corporate events in a serene and conducive environment that is close to nature? Then look no further. NTA Benin Aduawa is a place for you. NTA Benin Aduawa has a large field for all your events and ceremonies. Also, at NTA Corporate Headquarters TV Road, we have a state-of-the-art fully air-conditioned ultra-modern hall for all kinds of indoor events with a standby generating set, therefore ensuring uninterrupted power supply. We also have NTA Pavilion for all outdoor events at the same venue. Guess what? Our prices are affordable, locations are easily accessible, venues conducive and highly secured. Our outside broadcast van is available 24 hours and can broadcast your events live. And above all, you can air your events on our award-winning program like Events and Style. And any booking on the field or hall gets a bonus of free news coverage. Wow! What are you waiting for? Grab this opportunity and have your celebration in a grand style. For inquiries and bookings, please call NTA Benin, the award-winning station.
Yes, so all the way straight to Mama Miracle. Yes, so yes, so for quality tester material, I say come Mama Miracle. You need them pressure baby. You know what disappoint you. No be lie.
See clarity, see plenty Ashwebi for Mama Miracle Store. EJ Mama Miracle Store. This one too much oh. See all kind of waxing, whether na London wax, Nigerian wax, high target, Hollandese, brocade, Kampala, lacy, Yasek hair tie. All day oh, whether for one by one retail or for plenty boku buy of wholesale. Mama Miracle Store, we get all boku. Make you come collect her now. No need to the holla say I want Ashwebi. Now only 20 I see. I not see reach 50. Foul. Mama Miracle Store. It don't get her now. Any kind design where you want it. Any amount of number where you want it. Mama Miracle Store get them. Make you waka enter. See am sit down for the head office 211 Murtala Muhammad Way. The story building where they near Ekiosa for 30 Sekula. Mama Miracle Store. This one a big miracle.
We're welcome back from that break, and we are still on Morning Delight.
I was saying,
Yes,
you know, one of the ways you can also encourage this
young people.
Generally the young people,
Yes.
generally the society.
Yes.
For example, as a Muslim, as a man in this city, we try to close up on this relationship between the Christians, particularly, and the Muslims.
Yes.
Anytime we have a new executive in Cannes, Christian Association of Nigeria, we pay courtesy call on them to fraternize with them. Then we discuss, present, give to them. They are also doing the same thing with this present chairman, I think Dr. Omoeke. So there is that cordiality or relationship between the two groups. And also the government too. The government is also trying its own best. The present government led by Senator Okwewolo, he has appointed a lot of Muslims in the government, unlike before, who is also bringing a sense of belonging, harmony in the system too. Even the NTA Benin Center too, for the past 20 years, giving us the platform to come and speak on Islam on different issues. And so we also commend them. It's another way also promoting interreligious harmony. Then on the youth, you know, most of the youth, they are in schools.
Yes.
Starting from the parents. Today, I thank God for my life because my parents, particularly my father, showed us example. That is why today I can even stand here and talk. Encourage us. He showed an example, practical example, how to be a good Muslim. That's not a good Muslim today. So that is the way our parents should behave. Every parent must bring up their children based on the fear of God. They must teach them morality, generally, how to behave, whether in the public or private situation they find themselves. Then secondly, when they go to school, in those days when we were growing up, we had body house. We were sent to boarding schools. And we had different ethnic nationalities coming there to come and school. So through that process, we learn about different culture and tradition as they come. There is we don't bother about whether you're a Muslim or Christian. That's up to today. We see how that the relationship between us. We see some of us who are still alive. We still talk.
Mala, let's look at some of the challenges.
Yes.
To religious harmony.
Well, you know, there are so many issues going on in Nigeria today now.
Exactly.
Which is causing a lot of problems. Not only in the different nations. So you have the issue of armed robbery, you have the issue of kidnapping. That part of the problem where you have tension everywhere. For example, that migration of people coming from the north down this way because of insecurity. Why is there insecurity there now? Basically, some of them as a result of extremism, where people refuse to subject themselves to religion. You know, when I hear
hear this matter issues, I begin to, I will still be wondering, why must our youth go into extremism, terrorism, when they know? So, but we have been able to find out that there are problems from political leaders, there are problems from religious leaders. You know, they brainwash them. They don't speak to them the truth. As a result, they go into different crimes and criminalities. There are some of them who also go into drugs.
Yes.
As a result, they commit crimes, and you begin to wonder. So somewhere along the line, people we don't look at, they begin to look at the religion it belongs to. No, religion is not a problem. Our problem is our inability to subject ourselves to the details of this religion. Like he said, if you look at all the religion, whether it's the Quran, whether it's the Bible, they are enough to guide us to the right path. Even the 10 commandments, it's even enough to guide everybody to the right path. But when we following them, we manipulate the youth, and sometimes they take us into their hands and become nuisance in the society. What are those committing crimes today? They are mostly the youth. So when we bring them up, where? Then when they leave the home, they are in the house of worship, the religious leaders also tell them the truth. Then they have good examples to show. Today, in those days when we were growing up, we had the heroes that we look up to, people that, yeah, this I want to be like this man. How many people today we talk about? Most of our leaders today, they are fond of stealing money that is supposed to use to develop society. But it's stealing billions. So how do you look at that?
No.
So, there are so many issues to speak about.
Pastor Daniel, coming to you now. What role can religious leaders play to promote peace and faith harmony?
That's a very good question. First of all, we must look at religion is not a tool for division. Religion should be seen as a tool to promote values. I was beginning to see, because what I see nowadays, that our leaders, in quote, political leaders, they see religion as a tool to divide the country, as a political tool. For instance, they can say, okay, this is a Muslim, so because he's a Muslim, you must vote for the Muslim. Or this is a Christian, because he's a Christian, you must vote for the Christian. No! Like I said, religion is not a secret society. Our leaders should look at religion as a vehicular tool to promote values. To promote values. If you're a Muslim and you have what it takes to lead this country, I'll cast my vote for you. If you are a Christian and you have what it takes to lead this country, I would cast my vote for you. Like the chief imam said, people have been brainwashed with religion because the politicians, they have the motive to use them for their electioneering bid, not because they actually want to promote values which religion stands for. So I will advise our leaders, let us, in our society now, you see a lot of vices: cultism, kidnapping, banditry, terrorism, just name it, they are much. And every now and then you see people go to mosque, you see people go to church. Are there no human beings that go to church, go to mosque, and still involved in kidnapping? Our religious leaders, our political leaders, they should champion and emphasize on what religion stands for and what God stands for. And God stands for love. Love God, love your neighbor as yourself, and promote moral values of justice, moral value of honesty, moral value of peace. Because if we were to practice what religion stands for, the society would have been much better than what it is now.
All right, thank you, Pastor Daniel. Yeah. Now, Chief Imam, let's look at some misconceptions now. Common misconceptions today about other.
There's not much misconception. I think the problem is the manipulation and brainwashing. For example, how can a religious leader stand in the altar? We call it, in our place, we call it the minbari or the altar, and begin to dash out very insultive message, blackmailing people. And no, you are supposed to teach people, like you said, morality, virtues, peaceful coexistence, peace, harmony, justice, equity, and fair play. Well, we thank God we still have some religious houses who still are able to invest for the betterment of the society, building schools, building hospitals, and all of that things. But the only thing is that some of these schools are very expensive. The ordinary people will not have access to them. But we should have human sympathy. So my take,
as a form of rounding up now, just
my take on all this is, number one, let us try to show respect to one another.
Okay.
Respect. Let us show love. Let us show empathy. Don't you, for example, as a religious leader, don't say you have been able to establish school. You shouldn't, people that do not belong to the religion should not attend the school. No. There's a school in Benin here. I want to commend the woman. This UPSS is in Oxlocko Road, that side. That woman allow everyone, whether you're a Muslim or Christian, to attend that school. So you should not impose a religion on anyone. So we should try to live. We are human beings. We have a short time to stay on this earth. Why do we have to discriminate, segregate, tribalize, introducing nepotism?
Thank you very much, Malam. So, Pastor Daniel, as a form of rounding up,
yes,
your advice.
We must understand that before we belong to any religious bodies, we are first of all Nigerians. And in our end time it says, Nigeria will hail thee, our old native land. Though tribes and tongues, even religion may differ, in brotherhood we stand.
Thank you. In brotherhood we stand.
So whatever your religion is, whatever your tribe is, that does not stop you from showing love to one another. And if we can do that, enhancing and embracing and collaborating to promote fairness, justice, equity, love, peace, the society will be better for it.
Thank you very much, Pastor Daniel, and of course, Malam Abdul Fattah.
Can I make this final statement?
Okay, just one word.
Government should be proactive. Okay. There should be justice from the part of government. Okay. When anybody commits crime, don't hide the person. Forget about the religion they belong to the tribe. Bring the person and deal with that person. If he's a criminal, deal with that as a criminal.
All right, thank you very much. We move on now, but let's take a short break.
Redemption's Furnitures. Redemption's Furniture, the home of quality furniture making. For all kinds of home and office furnitures and interior decorations, supply of office equipment and general contract. Our headquarters is at number 68 Arosa Street off First East Circular Road, Benin City. Our branch office is at 37 First East Circular Road, Benin City. Our telephone number is 080-333-95362 or 080-58-111-447. I repeat, 080-333-95362 or 080-58-111-447. Redemption Furniture. We also have a standby delivery van for your express delivery. The Redemption Furniture in the city.
I see trees of green.
Experience comfort, luxury and beauty in and out. Suits and rooms, as your pleasure is our task to fulfill. Find the greatest relaxation in our gardens, VIP lounge and restaurants, exquisite conference hall for meetings and seminars. Indeed, what a beautiful world at Gabano Hotels and Resorts.
What a wonderful world.
Visit us today at 3 Urbano Avenue off Benin Lagos Expressway, Benin City. Telephone 08100438202. Gabano.
What a
beautiful world.
You're welcome back from that break, and we are still on Man in the Light. Now we are going to take entertainment. I love entertainment news, whether it's entertainment, local or foreign. We have all the juicy reports for you on entertainment news for today.
Fela Anikulapo Kuti, the legendary Nigerian Afrobeat pioneer, has received the Lifetime Achievement Award. This posthumous honor was presented at the Special Merit Awards ceremony on the 31st of January 2026 in Los Angeles, a day before the 68th Annual Grammy Award. It's an historical one. Fela, who passed away in 1997 at age 58, became the first African artist to receive this estimate accolade since establishment in 1963. This recognition, nearly 29 years after his death, serves as a powerful affirmation of Fela's enduring influence on world music. Fela Anikulapo Kuti was far more than a musician. He was a cultural revolutionary whose work focused on sound with activism. Born on the 15th of October 1938 in Abeokuta, Nigeria, into a middle-class family, he developed Afrobeat by blending West African highlife, American jazz, and funk. This genre became a platform for inclusive social and political critique. Performed in epic set at his famous African shrine in Lagos, his music, often performed in marathon sessions, challenged colonial legacies and military dictatorships. Tracks such as Zombie in 1976, which has also been included into the Grammy Hall of Fame, lambasted the Nigerian Armed Forces' blind obedience, while International Thief 1979 was aimed at corrupt leaders and resonated a rallying cry against oppression. This defiance led to over 200 arrests of brutal government. Still on the 67th Annual Grammy Award held on the 1st of February 2026, here are some major winners in their category. Taylor emerged Best Artist Performance of the Year. Billie Eilish emerged Song of the Year winner. Olivia Dean emerged Best Artist of the Year winner. Kendrick Lamar emerged Best Rap Album winner, amongst others.
All right, a lot of things happened during the week. Let's see update of what happened during the week on highlights for the week.
Governor Monday Okpebholo has inaugurated the Edo State chapter for the renewed Hope Ambassador for Asiwaju 2027 to coordinate its activities across the 18 local government area of the state. The movement is a national grassroots mobilization and support system for the re-election of President Bola Tinubu. Governor Monday Okpebholo tasked coordinator to focus on the gains of various reforms of President Bola Tinubu to sensitize electorates at the grassroots ahead of the forthcoming general election. He said the era of hiring crowd for political campaigns has lost its relevance, as he recommended aggressive grassroots mobilization instead. Other leaders of the party, including the state women leader, Mrs. Betty Okebo, State Chairman Jared Teniba, and Deputy Governor Dennis Idahosa, also pledged to ensure Governor's electoral promise is kept. Public service leaders in Edo State have been told to embrace discipline, teamwork, and measurable results in order to realize the goal of building a new Edo driven by performance and accountability. Governor Monday Okpebholo gave the charge at the opening ceremony of a 3-day orientation and strategic leadership retreat for top government officials at Idomi Town Hall in Esa Central local government area. This gathering is not a social event, but a serious engagement aimed at strengthening governance in the state. Permanent secretaries, commissioners, head of parastatals, and other political appointees are present at the retreat designed to serve an orientation and capacity building. The overall aim is to reposition the administration for effective service delivery, strengthen collaboration across ministries, departments, and agencies, as well as deepen understanding of governance progresses.
For our beautiful sport lovers, this is your segment. So let's see sports news for today on Sports Reel.
Athletic Madrid unveiled Ademola Lookman as their newest signing, confirming the agreement with Atalanta for the transfer of the Nigeria international winger. Lookman rose to prominence after scoring a historic hat-trick as Atalanta defeated Bayern Leverkusen to win the Europa League in 2024. This season, he has scored 3 goals in 19 appearances across all competitions for the Italian side. Born in London, Lookman began his career at Charlton Athletics before moving to Everton. He later joined RB Leipzig with loan spell at Fulham and Leicester City before completing a permanent move to Atalanta in 2022. The signing comes as Diego Simon pushes for reinforcements. Here are some results of other matches played. That's it for Sport Reel.
From that sporting world, we have come to the end of another beautiful package of Morning Delight. I am glad that you were there to spend all your time here with us today, right from all our segments and of course to our guests for today, where we talked about religious harmony. Okay, so till we see you again, same station, same time next week. But before I go, Morning Delight airs every Saturday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. and a repeat broadcast from 10 a.m. on Friday from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. Don't forget to join us on all our social media handle and get a recap on the show. So till I see you again, same station, same time next week, my name is John Ime. I say have a lovely day and bye for now.